Good morning, students. In this today's class, we are going to discuss the continuum of and chemical properties of the alkene. In the last class, we have seen we have discussed the chemical properties. That first one, addition of hydrogen, and second, we have seen the addition of halogen. Addition of halogen. The addition of hydrogen is carried out in the presence of an nickel as the catalyst, nickel, platinum, and palladium as the catalyst. If we carry the reaction palladium as catalyst, nickel as the catalyst, that is known as and that is Sapezier Sunderland's reaction. The second one, we have taken the addition of halogens. This addition of halogens is carried out in the presence of an inert solvents like carbon tetrachloride or carbon disulfide. Okay. The third, we have seen that addition of an hydrogen halides. Third one, we have seen the addition of hydrogens. This will take place in the presence of carbon tetrachloride. And the third one, we have seen the addition of an hydrogen halide. This addition of hydrogen halide will be according to the Markovnikov rule. According to the Markovnikov rule, we will carry out addition of hydrogen halide to the alkene. Okay. If we carry in the presence of an peroxide, then it is known as Harash effect or peroxide effect. Okay. If we carry then anti-Markovnikov rule, we have seen the anti-Markovnikov rule. Anti-Markovnikov or Markovnikov rule. Okay. This anti-Markovnikov rule is carried out in the presence of an peroxide, that is known as peroxide effect, or we can call it as Harash effect. We can call it as Harash effect. Harash effect or peroxide effect. The fourth one, we have seen the addition of an sulfuric acid, that is cold concentrated sulfuric acid will be added to the alkene. Then it will give then it will undergo the addition of H2SO4 to the an alkene will follow the Markovnikov rule. Okay? And fifth one, we have seen addition of water molecules. This is also follows the Markovnikov rule. And sixth one, we have seen the oxidation reactions. Oxidation of an alkenes. Okay. And the seventh one, ozonolysis. Okay. Ozonolysis. Ozonolysis of an alkene, or we can call it as an ozonolysis. Ozonolysis of alkene means the breakdown of an alkenes in the presence of an ozone is known as ozonolysis. Okay. So let us see how the ozonolysis of alkene will be carried out. This is very important for the examination for the first year as well as second year. First year as well as the second year. Okay. So let us see. And general representation, that is RCH double bond CH2. This is the alkene. Consider this is alkene. When alkene react with the ozone, then it will use the compound called an cyclic ozonide compound. The compound will be the cyclic ozonide compound. The cyclic will be the cycle or ring will be formed in between and that will be formed between the carbon which contain the double bond. Then CH2 both, and this is the compound called and cyclic ozonide. The compound is cyclic ozonide compound. the cyclic ozonide which on hydrolysis in the presence of zinc. The cyclic ozonide will be carried out and a hydrolysis in the presence of zinc. Okay? We carry the hydrolysis in the presence of zinc because the byproduct is the peroxide here. The byproduct is the peroxide which convert further, which oxidizes. This is the strong oxidizing agent. Therefore, further oxidizes aldehydes ketones to carboxylic acid. Therefore, we will use and zinc. It will prevent the activity of hydrogen peroxide. Okay? It will prevent the activity of an peroxide. When zinc reacts with an hydrogen peroxide, then it will use the compound called and zinc oxide plus water molecule. This will prevent the activity of an hydrogen peroxide. Then it will use the compound here. The breakdown of bond will take place to form the compound R here CH4 plus CH2. So one of the oxygen will added to the water molecule to form the hydrogen peroxide. This hydrogen peroxide is a strong oxidizing agent. Therefore, we will use the zinc as catalyst and it will prevent the further oxidation of the aldehyde ketones to carboxylic acid. These are the compounds called and aldehydes. It will produce the aldehydes or ketones. It will produce the aldehydes or ketones. Here the both compounds are the aldehydes. Then let us see particular example here. Particular example CH3 CH double bond CH. The compound is the propene. Propene when react to the ozone, it will produce an cyclic ozonide. The cyclic ozonide will be formed here. The cycle will be formed into the carbon containing double bond. The carbon here, this is involved in the ring formation and these two carbon atoms are involved in the formation of a ring. Then it will use CS3CH, then CH2, then oxygen, okay. Then it is known as a cyclic ozonide compound. Okay. The cyclic ozonide, which on hydrolysis in the presence of the zinc, the byproduct will be the hydrogen peroxide. This hydrogen peroxide is a strong oxidizing agent. Therefore, we will use and zinc as the catalyst. It will prevent the further oxidation of aldehyde ketones to carboxylic acid. Here, the breakdown of one oxygen will be added to this carbon atom and another oxygen will be added to this carbon atom. Then it will produce CH3CH4. That is compound is the acetaldehyde. General name is the acetaldehyde and IUPAC name is the ethanol. Ethanol is the general name, IUPAC name, and acetaldehyde is the general. And another product will be the CH2 group. One of the oxygen will be added to the CH2 group. Then it is the formaldehyde. Generally it is known as formaldehyde. This is the compound known as formaldehyde. And let us consider another example. CH3 CH and CH3 here I will take CH3 double bond CH. Okay, the compound is the 2-methyl propene. IUPAC name is the 2-methyl propene. General name is the isopropyl. General name is the isobutylene. Generally, it is known as isobutylene, and the IUPAC name is the 2-methyl propene. And the 2-methyl propene react with the oxygen, that is react with ozone. This is known as an ozone. React with the ozone then it will use the cyclic ozonide compound. Here the cyclic will be formed between the carbon containing double bond. Then let us see CH3CH, sorry, CH3C, here CH3 is present and oxygen CH2, oxygen. Okay. This will be carried out hydrolysis in the presence of the C. Hydrolysis in the presence of C, then it will issue one oxygen will be added to this carbon atom and another will be added to this carbon atom. This oxygen will be added to the water molecules and get converted to the hydrogen peroxide. This is a strong oxidizing agent. Further it will aldehydes. This further it will undergo oxidation to form the aldehydes and ketones and carboxylic acid. Therefore, to prevent further oxidation, we will use the zinc as the catalyst. Then let us see the product will be here CH3C double bond O CH3 and another one will be the CH2O. The CH2O, and here the compound is an acetone. The compound will be the acetone and this will be the formaldehyde. Formaldehyde. IUPAC name is the methanol and IUPAC name for this compound is methanol. This is the ketone and this is the aldehyde. We can prepare an aldehyde as well as ketone by the ozonolysis of alkenes. Then the eighth one reaction, polymerization. Eighth one is an polymerization. Polymerization, the process of formation of polymers is known as an polymerization. Here, poly means many, mer means unit. Okay, poly means many, mer means unit. In this reaction, the process of formation of many units is known as an polymerization. And let us see the polymerization of alkene will be carried out at a high temperature and high pressure using the suitable catalyst. Then it will use the polymer. Okay? And the alkenes are carried out polymerization at high temperature and high pressure using the suitable catalyst. Then it will use the compound called an polymer. Let us see an example here. CH2 double bond CH2. The compound is ethene. The compound is the ethene. Consider n number of ethenes. That is n number of an ethene are needed at 200 degrees Celsius temperature and 1500 atmospheric pressure. The pressure is the 1500 atm pressure, that is atmospheric pressure. In the presence of an oxygen as the catalyst, we are using the catalyst here, oxygen. In the presence of an catalyst called oxygen, then it undergo polymerization to form the CH2CH2. It is large number of ethene. Then it is known as large number in the sense poly, many number of ethene will be formed. That is polyethene will be formed here. Okay? The compound will be the polyethene or polyethene will be formed. In the ethane react, when large number of ethanes are heated at 200 degrees Celsius and 1500 atmospheric pressure in the presence of oxygen as catalyst, then it will undergo polymerization to form the compound called and polyethene. This is about the an alkene. We have taken the 6, 7, 8 properties, chemical properties in the alkene, and we will discuss and next topic is alkyne. Okay? The next topic is the alkyne. We we have discussed the alkanes, and second topic is the alkyne. Sorry, second is the alkenes, and third one is the alkynes. The alkynes are the unsaturated hydrocarbons. These are the unsaturated hydrocarbons containing carbon-carbon triple bond. Containing the carbon-carbon triple bond, in which the carbon containing double bond, in which and two pi bonds are present and one sigma bond is present. One sigma bonds are present and the two or the pi bonds are present. And the carbon containing triple bond will show an sp hybridization. The number of sigma bonds will be the 2. Therefore, the hybridization to be shown by the carbon containing triple bond is sp hybridization. The hybridization is the sp hybridization, and the geometry will be the planar geometry. The geometry will be the linear geometry. Here sp hybridization, and the general formula for the alkynes is CnH2n minus 2. The general formula is the CnH2n minus 2 is the general formula for the alkynes. These alkynes are also known as acetylenes. These are also known as the acetylenes. Generally, these are known as acetylenes. The alkynes are unsaturated hydrocarbons containing carbon-carbon triple bond, in that two pi bonds are present and one sigma bonds are present. Due to the presence of one sigma bond, that is the hybridization will be the sp hybridization, and the general formula is the CnH2n minus 2, and these are generally known as acetylenes. Okay. So let us see and nomenclature for the alkynes. Nomenclature for the alkynes. First we will see and structure, and then common name, and then IUPAC name. First we will consider the structure. First column, that is nomenclature. We will take the nomenclature of alkynes. In that first column is the structure, and the second one is the common name, and third is the IUPAC name. Third one is the IUPAC name. So let us see. First one here, structure. Second one column is the common name. Third one is the IUPAC name. CH, that is here as C triple bond CH. Okay. The compound is here. Generally, it is known as acetylene. Generally, it is known as acetylene, and IUPAC name is two carbon atoms are there. Therefore, the compound is the ethyl. IUPAC name is the ethyl. CH3, C triple bond CH. This part is known as an acetylene. So the acetylene methyl group is attached. Therefore, generally it is known as methyl acetylene. Generally it is known as the methyl acetylene, and IUPAC name is the propyl. IUPAC name is propyl. Then you can see the consider one is here C triple bond C, then CH3. Okay. Here generally on either side of the acetylene, two methyl groups are present. Therefore, we will use dimethyl acetylene, and the IUPAC name is 2-butyl. The second position containing the triple bond And the second position, there is a presence of aldehyde, there is 4 methyl and 2 methyl. The name for this compound is I-carbonate in the 2 methyl. And the next one is CH3 CH C triple bond CH3 here the here acetylene is, so the acetylene ethyl group is attached, therefore generally it is known as ethyl. Acetylene is the ethyl acetylene is the general name. Diagram means on first position, that is triple bond is present, therefore 1 butane. The 4 carbon atoms are present in the parent structure, it is known as and 1 butane. This is about and general introduction of the alkynes and nomenclature of alkynes. In the next class we will see the and isomerism